god, yeah.
Hello and welcome to this final boss fight nerd night. My name is John and I am joined by a small but growing group of people. At the moment, Jennifer is here,
Oh,
Tanny is here,
Hello.
Sean is here,
Hello.
and Michael is here.
Jawohl.
No, Yaghol.
Jawohl.
Yes, I am the Yavor.
I am that man.
I am that man, yes.
Would you like a cake?
We are informed reliably that Amy is running home at the moment,
Who's
And-
Amy? Queen Coops, right?
and Jeff is. I don't think
That's
he's.
Jeff.
I don't think he's running home yet, but he'll
Stealthily.
be here
One
later, or he
I
might.
hired a dragon for him.
He might already be here and we don't know it yet because he's Talon.
Yeah. I hired a dragon for him if he needs a fly back home.
Okay, hopefully that'll get him home faster.
Yay.
But he will join us when he can.
Yeah.
We are here to play D&D
What's
because
that?
that's a thing we do.
Wait, is this D&D?
Is it like
What
donkeys,
is D&D?
But what is D? No,
donkeys and dogs?
yes. You might notice, just a quick thing, that we've now got either sidebar. Maddie says, "Hey friends, hope it all goes well for you lot." Either sidebar, you should be able to pull up on the left or the right side of the screen a list of the character sheets that will live update as everything's going on.
Some luck for me still.
Some of you might be able to do it. Hopefully, let me know. It's something we're trying out. It works with D&D Beyond, so it's interesting.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the end of that thought, really.
Hasn't got anything else to say.
Don't have anything else to add to that. Brian suggests that D&D stands for Dorks Netting Dodongos.
That's too many D's.
No, Dodongos is one word.
Oh, the
Yeah.
dongo. Okay, fine.
I mean, you'd need a very big net.
A very big net.
Very big net.
Very big net.
BRB.
Is that another acronym we should work out the initials of?
Is that? Yeah,
Right back.
I don't know if she's
Oh.
say. I don't know if they're saying they're going to be right back or if they're saying.
Bravo. Damn.
What? Dangerous dragons. Ooh. Doesn't work, does it?
Last-
Carry on.
Last time, just to recap for you guys, best river buds, there you go. Better run, bitches, also good. Last time, you guys had a little bit of a confrontation in Storvold,
We did.
We did, yeah.
which in Schwadborg with Jarl Storvold. I will at some point work out the difference between the name of the place and the name of the person, or it will become no longer important. Which saw the bursting of the airship's balloon, turning it from an airship into a ship.
Yep.
But
You have an Amy?
we have an Amy.
We have an Amy! Yay! Let her breathe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she'll work it out. Using the storm, using the frost giant strength of Fenthwick and Caelynn, you pushed the ship into the water and made a heroic escape from Schwadborg before you fell to the frost giant's entourage.
That was fun.
And set a course south for Waterdeep, hoping that finding your way to nicer waters and Caelynn's family home, you might also be able to repair the ship.
But will we?
Da da da.
I mean, that remains to be seen. It would take you 4 days to travel from Schwadburg down to Waterdeep, and on the second day you had a deep conversation between yourselves and a raven that was a link to Captain Corvus,
I'm back.
who informed you that Patrona was waiting for you at Waterdeep. Later that evening, Fenthwick headed to his bunk, and cast Scry to try and locate his long-lost mother, and succeeded in finding her in a cage with a blue-skinned tiefling woman, which matched with the description of Patrona, which led to wholehearted fun and frivolities.
We don't like that now, do we?
It's going to take you 2 further days to travel from where you are in the middle of the seas down to Waterdeep. And for the rest of that time, Talon is in his quarters.
So he's down there still, right?
So he's down on the... that is not the map I wanted to click on. He is down in his little room.
Down his little tiny room.
Trying to keep a wide berth from everyone and anyone. How do you guys spend day 3 of the voyage?
I will probably be in my own room, try and make the disguise a bit more convincing, like the way I act and everything.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Yakhol's just found out that Briar's in disguise.
Briar is currently Galsori Winceris.
Yeah. I couldn't draw a token in time, sorry.
Well, we've renamed the character at least, so...
Oh, there you go. I was going to say, I'll forget it. You know. Ah, well, you know, Amy looks very convincing.
It's Amy.
Who's Amy? Sorry, Galsori.
Galsori.
Galsori, yeah. I wonder
Oh.
where she got that name from. A strange name. Well, I wouldn't know anything, you know, as a dwarf. No.
How about Yakhol?
Yes.
I barely know much about you.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, who the fuck are you? I mean,
After all these travels, I was just wondering when someone asked about my story.
yeah. Tell about yourself, really. I mean, like we only know you're just a drunken religious dwarf. I'm sure there's more behind that.
This is the part where Caelynn and Yaghol just get wasted and tell each other's story to each other in their bunk.
We could do it over
Wait.
here. How about we include Lunar here? Come, Luna. Let's
Lunar's
hang out
not a
here.
big drinker.
Let's go to Luna because she has to stay there.
Before that, I'm gonna quickly be right back. So if Yaghol and Luna do their talking, I'll be right back real quick.
Yeah, no, stay with me because I'm the only one who's actually trying to steer the boat.
Well, you must be a very good driver. You must have ridden a few boats in your time, Luna.
I come from a wealthy family, of course I have.
I take it that Daddy has given you a boat for yourself.
No, I stole Daddy's boat because he's a jerk, so
So
no great loss.
we're in good hands with you, though.
Well, crashed his boat unless it was on purpose, so...
No, that's not good. That's not good. As a dwarf, we're not really fond with boats, really.
No, what I mean is... every time I crashed his boat, it was deliberate. It was never an accident.
Oh, okay.
It was
Why was
purely
that?
because it was purely because it was his boat, and I hated him, so I
Oh.
crashed it.
Oh dear. Well,
Fix
just
it.
don't destroy this boat, please.
I won't.
Okay.
I promise.
But
And suddenly,
No.
we must have hit a reef.
Lunar is surprisingly good at driving the boat.
Well, better than me.
Really good that everybody's kind of like, what?
Wait, what? Wait, Luna can do something.
Hey.
Oh!
One little accident where she didn't realize her ice powers weren't going to use
I
work
just,
against the
I
ice wolf.
swear, Yaghol just fell off the boat.
I know, it was terrible. This giant wave just crashed over and
Not again.
Hello again. I am back.
Look back.
Caelynn suddenly just wakes up at the back of the boat.
Hang on.
Actually,
Okay,
no, she's making porridge.
guys, if you slow
Back of the
down,
boat?
Yeah, we have a canteen nearby.
I'm off the boat.
How did you get off the boat?
A massive
Lunar
wave.
pushed
AG, thank you for bringing some followers. And also, apparently, we need to give Luna more credit. She can steer a ship.
That's good. That's good. Ah, well, you know, normally it'd be the men driving.
Stop digging! Stop digging!
he's really not helping his cause.
No, he's not!
Fenwick, I am a dwarf. That's all I do is dig.
Oh, God.
I dig all the time.
And before
Wow.
before Yaghol digs his way through the bottom of the boat, we're going to fast forward again. It is now the next day, and it is... Barham will back up Yaghol's statement, apparently.
Of course.
Interesting.
Dwarves together. It is now sort of getting towards evening on the final day of the voyage down the Sword's coast. I have a real problem with the word unite.
Dwarves untie!
I have a real problem with mixing those letters up in that word. Dwarves, untie! No! Stop that! It is sort of getting towards evening time on the final day of the voyage. Down the Sword Coast, and I'd like you to all place yourselves on the ship where you would be sort of late afternoon, early evening.
So
Me
Yeah.
and Yaghol will be here.
yeah, we're gonna be over here near the fire.
Steering the
fire
ship.
sprite. You just went to...
Press Alt and put yourself in the middle. You'll be able to get into that thing there.
Fenwick, are you still going to be at the front of the ship looking out, or...?
He is contemplating trying to scry on his sister.
Maybe don't do that yet. You're already
You're
emotionally
coming up with a
unstable.
plan.
That's why he's tempted to do it, because just in case she's in danger as well. But I think he's going to resist the...
Oh no.
because he does...
Oh, who did we lose?
Everyone.
Michael himself.
Michael.
Michael.
Yep.
Michael is gone forever. He's been
Mikael.
thrown into the boat.
It certainly wasn't my fault. It wasn't like I punted him off the ship or anything.
I didn't do anything.
It was Caelynn who threw him off.
Amy, is Briar still going to be in her...
Yeah.
Or Galsori is still going to be downstairs prepping?
Yes. She's prepping.
I have porridge.
Hang on, I'm
Should
back.
be noted that during this time, Lunar took brief breaks from steering the ship so that she could go down and make sure that Briar eats. Because it's very important that the child takes care of herself.
Thank you.
I'm back.
It's a
I mean,
big girl now, to be quite honest.
I'll also assume that you are sort of working a shift pattern so that everybody's sleeping properly and stuff.
Yeah.
Caelynn never sleeps. She meditates.
Fair point. but you still can't pilot the ship while you're meditating.
Makes a good
We'll
point. I
see
mean,
about
well,
that.
no, that's not true. She can try. That doesn't mean she'll succeed.
Okay,
I'll try.
if you want the pilot of the ship to be having her eyes closed,
No.
by all means, we can do that. It'll be fun. Trust me.
It's not so bad if we're in open water.
Lies and slander.
Okay, so it is sort of early evening.
Oh, I just did a thing. Okay.
It is the last day before you make it into Waterdeep.
My hometown.
Home
Home city.
Caelynn,
Yes.
can you make me a willpower save, please?
Oh, fuck me.
Wisdom, you mean?
Wisdom save, sorry. Yeah, willpower was what it used to be called back in
Oh, I'm getting good.
days of yore.
Okay. I am fine.
Can you tell me what is at the forefront of Caelynn's mind as you look out over the sea?
See,
Don't think you're fine.
I think I'm still thinking like, okay, we're at Waterdeep. Let's get right. First things first, go to my mum, and then after that we'll figure out how to fix the ship.
Actually, let's be honest here. The forefront thing in her mind is, how can I get a pet dragon?
She's not wrong, you know. She's not wrong.
Soon.
Actually, she does have a pet. We'll be seeing her very soon, guys.
Help.
I've made some plans.
Thor, help. I'm being attacked by a dog. Somebody help me.
Oh, I was thinking you were being attacked by a god.
Hey, Spider Samick Web. This is D&D.
Hey! It's one of my dudes.
This is Amy playing D&D. This is Queen Creeps.
Yeah, thanks for dropping my name.
Sorry, daughter.
I'm joking.
This is D&D, and these are my players. And Caelynn is currently saying, at the forefront of her mind is, "Yay, mummy!"
Aww.
Sorry, Sammy.
Yeah, that's less adorable.
Right.
I would be the worst person to be told Superman's secret identity.
Tell me who Superman really is. He's definitely not Clark Kent. Fuck.
Yeah.
The thing is, Superman could tell me his identity, but I give like no shit, so I would forget in like a day, and everybody be like, "Do you know Superman's identity?" It's like, he told me once, but I really don't remember. Sorry.
Yaghole,
Yes.
can you tell me what's at the forefront of your mind at this moment as you and Caelynn stand next to each other looking out over the seas, having spent the day chatting, probably?
As Yaghole looks over the seas with a nice pint of ale in his hand, Yaghole is just happy that we have at least some comrades to help us with our journey and fixing the ship.
Also, Lavender.
Also, Lathander!
Religion.
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 Religion is the last thing on my head and the last thing on my mind.
Sean,
Yes.
This me will never die.
as
Franklin's
Fenthwick is
father
pensive at the front of the ship, what is at the forefront of his mind?
Hang on.
I'm
Hang
not
on.
gonna tell you.
There we go. That one.
What you gonna do about that, John?
I'm gonna say that you need to.
Deleted.
Delete.
Okay.
And so what is at the forefront of Fenthwick's mind in this moment?
This is all your fault,
Franklin's
Caelynn.
father.
You failed, so so even my resistance to things like this don't help me. So,
Alright, calm down.
It's only the very surface, like, thing you're thinking of.
so it'll be his mother.
Okay.
Mother and sister, but mother mostly because he now knows the fate of her. Well, current fate of her.
I like porridge.
Briefly glancing back over Caelynn's...
This is Tiny's front forth of mind.
Briefly glancing back over Caelynn's mind, I like porridge.
You see one of those like
Meanwhile, the evil deity that's just done that has gone, what the fuck?
Meanwhile, the evil person that's doing this just glances over the fire elemental's mind. Is just fire, 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 burning.
I almost choked on my porridge.
must create heat.
And Luna,
Hmm?
what is at the forefront of Luna's mind as she is piloting the ship towards Waterdeep?
This is not Dad's boat. Do not crash the boat. This is not Dad's boat. Do not crash the boat. Do not crash the boat.
I'm assuming if it was your dad's boat, would you actually crash it?
Yeah.
Rock the boat. You rock the boat, baby.
I'm assuming it's yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if this was Luna's dad's boat, you wouldn't have made it 4 days into the voyage. It would have been on ice. There would have been an iceberg in Schwadborg that just got a boat crashed into the side of it.
I could just hear
Yeah.
Luna just going, "Oops."
Oh no, my poor dad's boat. Whatever is he going to
Put your
do?
hand on your mouth like, oh.
Oh no, the boat!
You?
It's underwater now.
It's into the water.
Uh,
Really like porridge.
Anyway,
Caelynn,
Yes.
would you and Yaghol like to carry on your discussions from this day?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so tell me about yourself, Yakko.
I know I got we got distracted by Luna's risk of crashing the boat.
Hey, it's not her fault, okay?
I know.
You were
Well,
insulting her.
where do I start?
Well, you can tell us where you're from.
I'm from the land of the dwarves, as you can tell. I am a dwarf.
No, really?
You're a what?
Yo, what? Don't look like a dwarf. You're just like a
I've-
tiny man.
I've always been in my home country. I've always been living with the dwarfs for many years.
You got a
I have
family?
Yes, I do. Very happy
Your mother?
family. I have a mother. My mum, her name is Marvia. The
Oh.
Mountain, she's called. Marvia the Mountain. She's a soldier of the Royal Guard. So she's
Oh, really?
very respectful, and she's alive as well.
That's not suspicious.
She's alive.
Just,
She's alive, I promise.
just dropping that into the conversation. My mum's alive.
It's how you start every conversation.
Hello, nice to meet you. Is your mum
She's
alive?
part of the Royal Guard, very respectful in the Dwarven Army.
What, your dad's at?
My father, Belgium. He's known as
What?
Belgium the Forest.
Belgium, as in.
Oh
the
no,
country
if I
Belgium?
cut out, I've cut out again. Hang on.
No.
Right, let me go and get.
You're fine, Marco.
Hey. Oh.
Nope, he's cut out. No. Apparently, he's cut out. So yes,
I guess he lost him. He lost us,
possibly
but we didn't lose him.
he has returned.
Oh,
I think.
Michael.
The chat is now saying polo.
God damn it.
Thanks, guys.
What is it again? Exclamation mark, thumbs.
Get back in the game.
There we
I
go.
like, it's literally
Okay.
just Sam and Maddie just saying Marco and Polo.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hate it.
A fish face and thumbs up.
I hate it when it does that. It's like I'm talking and suddenly everything goes quiet, and I'm like, is everyone still listening to me? Okay, where was I?
I wasn't
Your
listening. What?
your dad is Belgium.
Oh yes, yeah. My dad's Belgium of the Forest. He was an explorer.
Ooh.
He was an explorer as well. He's surprising. He's actually elven.
Alden, really?
Yes. And he met my mother on a trip, just around the countryside. And they fell in love, even though that my mum is more bigger than my dad. I get it from my mum. I get the beard from my mum's side.
It was really weird because they made a movie about it, except they flipped the genders.
We don't talk about that.
We do not
And
speak.
I also have two sisters.
Ah.
Two sisters. I'm the youngest.
I'm
I know,
only child though, actually.
I'm young for 75.
Really, 75? You look no older than 20.
Oh no. Oh, you're too kind, kid. You're too kind. My unfortunately, one of my older sisters, the eldest, Mahilda, she's unfortunately been exiled from the dwarven community.
No.
Yes.
How come?
Financial problems.
So your
just,
mum didn't really help her out at all? Like, did you?
Unfortunately. Let's just say that she had an argument with my mother and father.
Oh.
And yes, she's. I've heard that she's safe. I've heard that she's okay. But unfortunately, I've not heard anything since. And I don't think my mother really talks to her that much.
That's sad that is, really.
I got a letter from her before this journey, so I know that she's safe.
You think about meeting her up one day?
Oh, of course. She can hold her drink. But my other sister, the middle one, she's the one that got the attention. Tira, she's a labourer. She actually lives with my mother and father still. She's like the what do you call it in your country? Not slave, the landlady, housekeeper.
Housekeeper. Okay, yeah.
But
What do you
she
call it?
can't-
Not slave.
Not slave. Not slave. Don't let Fenfoot hear that I said that. It will
Kind
trigger.
of glances over to Fanfic and then back to you again.
She used to be part of the guard as well with my mother, but unfortunately she had a injury to a certain ligament in a knee.
Ooh. Damn.
Can't take that seriously, can I?
She was a guard like her mum until she took an arrow to the knee.
God damn it.
Somebody had to say it.
I wasn't going to, John. I knew what he meant.
Took an arrow to the
No,
knee.
she didn't take an arrow to the knee. She suffered a severe projectile injury in a scientific name for the area.
She took a severe allergic reaction to an arrow.
Just because you got up on this side doesn't mean I want you up.
I think the scientific term for the knee is the patella. In fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Nice little doctor fact there.
The more you know.
The more you know. Yeah.
Do-do-do-do.
A projectile injury to the patella. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you only get these fun facts on the final boss fight. So subscribe.
Hit that follow button for more fun facts like the scientific name for the knee is the patella.
Did you know the end of the shoelace is called an aglet?
Yes.
No.
I love that for freaking Phineas and Ferb.
That is amazing.
Well,
It's always nice to
The more you
someone
know.
in that uglet.
I think something needs to be brought back, John. Thing to learn of the week.
Well, that's two things. We can't have two things to learn of the week.
Things to learn of the week.
Ah, the old jingles.
Anyway, but going back to my childhood.
Back to my horrific childhood.
Meanwhile,
Whilst growing up with my family, we was really uprung as poor. It was quite not a stable family. Because if my dad was the explorer, my mother was the only one working, grabbing the money. I'd done my best, but we was in a large house as well, so I was very lucky to have.
Huh. Was it passed down?
And you're all welcome for drinks at my house.
I'd like to join you.
But other dwarven, my brothers and sisters, they all saw me a bit different and a bit strange. If you haven't noticed.
Oh.
No.
I was waiting for that silence. No, Yegpole, no, not strange at all.
I think you're fine.
Do you find me strange at all, Caelynn?
No, I don't actually. No. To be honest, I thought I was the stranger one here. But I think that's just normal.
Flashback to when Yaghol didn't know that Briar was in disguise.
Bless.
But a lot of people don't know about this, and because I was so bored of just growing up in the dwarven community that I turned to crime. I am
Really?
He was about to say he turned to Christ, and I was like, can you do that in D&D?
No.
Steer the ship.
You steer that ship, young lady.
Yeah, I started to come into a bit of crime in my early days.
What did you do?
Pickpocketing, lockpicking, kicking goats down, which is a severe crime in the dwarven lands.
You know, the usual.
Even when the goats are like twice the size of you.
He was a serial go kicker.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
At one point, he went to kick some goats and then found a field full of dead goats and a tiefling stood over them.
Wow. Fucking wow.
Callbacks.
But I was good at it. I was good at stealing. But I only done it because I was bored. I didn't do it for the riches. Sometimes I even give the stuff back. I just wanted to break a door down or pick a treasure chest. I'd open it and go, "Oh, look at this gold." Okay, that's it. I'm bored now. I don't intend to steal anything. But
Of course you don't intend to steal. It just kind of falls into your hands, right?
yeah, that's right.
Pretty much.
It
Yeah, that's
happens.
correct,
It's automatically yours.
But it all stopped when I done a picklock session in an altar cathedral, and
Let me guess. This is where you went to Lavender.
actually not yet.
Oh.
The door swung open when I was picklocking, and a female approached me, a monk. Surprisingly, a tiefling.
Okay.
Her name was Shardy, and
Okay.
she was an adventurer herself, and we travelled together for many years actually.
Shardy and eeny, meeny, miny, mo lover.
You could say that. Luna,
That was terrible. Sorry.
Don't get jealous. So yeah, I spent my years traveling with Shardy, and she taught me the ways of my pilgrimage, and she taught me how to be a cleric and praise the thunder.
Praise
I found my path.
I'm glad. That's...
So, but I will always pick a lock or a treasure chest for Lathander. And then Yaghol just like puts his hands in his hair, like, yeah, forgive me, Lord.
She's like shaking her head, like, no, she's like nodding her, like, oh, that's pretty neat. I think that's fair.
I do feel like I'm a very lucky individual with my family, but that's how I met you guys. I just wanted to travel. That is when Shardy left me to do my normal work. And
Do you think you'll ever meet her again?
I hope so. I do enjoy her company.
Oh, she kind of grins.
She is my partner. She is my soulmate.
Oh, I see. Oh,
Like-
I see.
So, like, I'm thinking, like, in Caelynn's mind, she's like, oh, lovey-dovey, all heart and Valentine shit. Where,
Yeah.
where in Yaghol's head, it's like me and Shardy just like, pint after pint and getting like
That's romance
no,
right there, guys.
no
Relationship
hanky
goals.
panky or anything.
Oh my god.
Hey, everybody's definition of romance is different.
Yeah.
Yours is getting pissed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh. No, that seems pretty good back. That's a really good story you got there.
I would say that, you know, I devote my life to her because she showed me the way of Lathander.
Sheesh.
and then all raise for religion.
And
Religion.
on that religious note, we shall fast forward once more to the following day, when just before about 11 o'clock in the morning, you pull into Waterdeep docks, and you're able to dock the boat.
Okay.
Okay.
And you guys start to prepare to disembark from whatever this ship is called.
We can't call it the clusterfuck, I'm afraid, guys. It's something what Co is.
I think you'll find it is the clusterfuck.
I think at the moment it's still called, like, the Draconis 2.
What the
Dragon
fuck do we
Blood.
call it that?
We shall have to think of a name and get someone to paint it on the side.
You guys have not renamed it yet, so it's still whatever Klauth called it. So it's like the dragon
I
ship.
liked it when it's called Fenwick and Co. Fenwick and Co.
As you guys make your way around the ship and start to gather your supplies to leave, Talon is absent.
Where the hell's Talon?
Bitch ran off. Alright, calm down, cheers.
I fucking should have seen this coming.
He's left. Okay,
Wait.
bye guys.
What happened?
He's not on the ship.
Who's
Oh,
not?
I
Who's?
hate him.
Talon isn't.
Oh no! Where's Talon?
He's
Oh
probably
no!
Rob's wife.
Stop! Don't come back.
The room is empty. His paperwork that he's been working on and his weapons are missing, and he has left the following note placed on his desk.
Are you
Dear.
fucking taking
It
Scroll
reads
in hurry.
out.
Scrolled in hurry like, screw you guys, I'm going home.
No, I thought it was going to say send nudes.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to put anyone else in danger. It's me she wants. I have to do this alone. Don't come after me. What do we do,
Talon,
guys?
Alright.
selfish bastard.
What an idiot!
Wants to go after him.
Me.
No.
Me.
Alright, let's go. It's like, fuck your personal wishes. You're part of the group. You don't get to just run off.
You know he's gonna get very angry when he sees this.
We'll decide when you get to die, damn it!
Yeah, pretty much. Any idea
What?
how awkward it's going to be redistributing the money and treasure that we've gotten if we're an awkward number? I already had everything arranged.
He
I can't
deserves
just
fuck
take a
all
person
after
out.
this.
Right.
I did my
Galsori?
math. I'm not
Galsori?
redoing the math because you decided to
Galli-
run off.
Or we just kill another. We just
I'm
throw
just-
someone off the cliff. Throw someone off the
Look, look, guys. If anything, we still need to continue what we do. If Talon comes back, brilliant. But to get
It
this
doesn't
sorted out
matter either
before-
way, I'm going after that woman to get my mother back.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what I'm sticking to with the plan as well. Know exactly how the Zentarum work, but from what Talon said, they're supposed to be sneaky and evasive, and I don't see the kidnapping helps with that.
I'm still gonna stick with Moon's idea about the whole, you know, what happened last session.
Yeah,
why am I
Well, I
pressing
know,
buttons?
but if that doesn't work, then we can just go to my plan. It might be better if we split in two, actually.
Well, don't forget, I can always just buy her back.
No, that's what I mean. Like, you two go off and do your plan, and if it doesn't work, report back, and we'll do my plan.
Caelynn.
Yep.
You know that from where you are in the docks, it'll take you about an hour to walk up from here to your mum's house.
Okay, fine.
You could halve that. There are a number of horse-drawn cabs throughout town that would happily carry you for the cost of 5 silver pieces.
I only got gold, so I'll have to do that instead.
Well, 1 gold turns into 10 silver, so
Yeah, okay, so we'll do that.
they'll give you give them a gold piece, they'll give you 5 silver change.
Nice.
And you...
Yeah, we really don't have much in the way of silver.
Maddie says this is quite the time for her to have to leave for supper, so please don't fucking die. If I come back home tonight and find some or all of you have died, I'll revive you, then kill you a second time, then revive you, hug you, and write you a strongly worded letter.
We promise nothing. Sorry.
And there's a cactus in there somewhere, right?
Not mentioned yet.
I'm assuming the cactus is in there.
The cactus is implied, I believe.
The subtext of cacti.
Yeah, I mean, she's threatening to kill us, and she's basically going to kill us, so I'm assuming she's using the actual cacti to kill us with.
Alright.
So, I think the plan should be is, if you guys want to, come back to my place. We'll get you up and running.
Don't you drink first? Jeez!
Yeah, exactly. Exactly my point. So basically, get you geared up, and then you can go off and find Talon. But in my opinion, you're not gonna find him because he's that sneaky fucker anyway. You're gonna have problems finding him.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think if we just go through with our plan, we're gonna find him because he's gonna screw up and he's gonna get captured.
I think that's
so
what
we
he
might as
wants.
well just save him too.
Yeah.
He's not trying to free anyone or do anything. He's giving himself in.
That makes him even more annoying. We're gonna have to beat him up after we save him.
That's
Don't worry,
true.
we'll do. So yeah, come back to place. Sort this all out.
So you guys all
I'm
load...
going to walk around and just flash a lot of money so that I can get the attention of less than savory criminals.
That's not how you do it.
Do you sure you want to go and like gear up or something?
I don't need or want any gear. I'm fine.
I could do with some more armament, more treasury.
I'm going to make it clear that I am incredibly wealthy and incredibly eccentric and incredibly in need of less than legal.
I'm just looking at her like, you're in Waterdeep now. This is my place.
I know.
This is my hood.
It's my hood, Joel.
Show now.
Exactly, which means they won't be likely to believe you. I'm well known for being eccentric, so.
Yeah, but I also
own
the lands of this place. So.
Either way, I think I should get off the damn boat at the very least.
Lunar's gone. She's just swanning off.
Legs all wobbly.
So who's heading to Caelynn's house?
I guess, yeah.
Yes, same here.
Sure.
And I'm assuming Caelynn's.
Would it be better if I were to stay away from you guys? Because the thing is that if anyone spots
no, you're
with
absolutely
you,
fine. If you need to basically stuff to make it look like you're alone, that is absolutely fine. But if you literally walk off, run away, I swear to you, young lady, well, old enough lady now, I will slap you.
Confusingly aged lady.
all right,
I will scold you.
I will.
The 15-year-old, 6-year-old, whatever the hell age you are now.
I will
Done it
stealth.
again.
I will kind of go to the place by myself, stealthily wise, so I'm not spotted.
Okay.
If you find anything out of the ordinary, or let us know later on.
And Luna, are you also going with them to Caelynn's parents' house?
No, Lunar has some connections from her father's side, and she's going to go pull a few strings.
Okay. We'll come back to that in a
Find any
moment.
information, let us know.
So, Caelynn, Fenthwick, and Yaghol head by cart while Galsori takes a second separate cart to Caelynn's parents' house, or Caelynn's mum's house.
Yeah.
Parent. Galsori,
Yes.
as you start to get towards the North Ward and onto the street where Caelynn's mother's house is, Mouse sticks his head out of your shirt and sniffs the air.
Uh-huh.
Something smells wrong.
What is it?
I don't like it. I don't like the smell of something.
What is it?
I'm not sure. I've smelt it before.
And what happened that time?
I ran away really fast, and I still am alive.
So you didn't see it?
No.
Come on, Fluffy. Come on.
Can I perceive? If I can see what he's going on about?
As you approach the house, there is an old black cat curled up by the front door of the house.
Okay.
Hello, Fluff.
Apparently, Caelynn knows this cat is called Fluff.
And when
Show him the picture. Show him the picture.
when Fluff sees Caelynn, it lazily opens, or she lazily opens one eye, and then the other, and then stretches.
Question.
I'm gonna awaken this thing.
No, please don't.
Question.
Yes.
Question.
Is Erelif's statue still there?
Oh yeah.
This
is not my cat. How dare you make this my cat? This is not my cat.
I couldn't make a token out of your cat, and they already had a token for a cat.
I don't care.
I can upload it.
My cat.
One moment. I've got the photo somewhere.
I kind of asked if we can have a picture of Fluff as the actual icon.
Oh my god.
Just so you know, guys. Well, I think Caelynn will tell you that she's a scaredy cat. She doesn't chase after mouse, and she's a lazy girl. And if she were to like see a mouse growth, she runs away.
Yep.
She doesn't like. She's an old girl. She's a very old girl. She is. And so whatever she does, it's basically the opposite of what cats do.
Okay.
Lovely.
So she won't chase after your cat, just so you know. No, she won't chase after your mouse or rat, Damon.
Nah, fair enough.
Your pets are fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Rat Damon like grown up in the hood. He'd kick the shit out.
He would. Well, speaking of Fluff, where did she go?
Speaking of Fluff, where's the real Fluff?
Where is real Fluff? Oh, Fluff, where art thou?
There you go.
There she is. Can you guys hear her?
Yeah.
Okay, she's gonna try me out again.
Apparently there's a cat somewhere, but I don't know where it is.
I can't see anything.
If you look in pets, mounts, and assorted followers.
It's mounts and assorted followers.
Okay.
Fluff,
So we got...
Fluff now has a picture.
Where's Bob?
You've never met Bob.
I've never met Bob. No.
But sometimes,
The update now.
sometimes early in the mornings, you sometimes hear in the distance, "Holy fuck, it's morning!"
I miss those days.
I miss those days.
Thanks for letting me nap.
Galsori,
Yeah.
you specifically asked this. A
Dumbasses.
statue is missing from the back garden.
Love you, Mama.
Oh,
Caelynn's concerned and confused by this.
In place of the statue, you find an arrow stuck into the ground, and 2 rings are tied to it.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah, but you don't know that, Brian. Yeah, sorry. Caelynn will hear it now.
Good fucking point.
Fenthwick and Caelynn, in the back garden, where you were expecting to see a statue, there is an arrow stuck into the ground with 2 rings tied to the back on it.
Oh, don't tell me they got Aerolith.
So
Kate?
I'm just gonna go over. Caelyn's kind of concerned, so she goes over to the arrow and see she sees the ring. Is that the petrification ring?
The petrification ring is not there.
Ah.
What are these
I
2
suppose it would have
rings?
I suppose it would have kept him subdued at the very least.
What are these 2 rings? What do I need to roll?
What are they?
One of them is a ring with 2 bands of metal with a band of glass in the middle.
Band of glass.
And
What's that?
the other one is it's a gold ring with a diamond setting in it.
Huh.
That sounds like an engagement ring.
Engagement rings.
Were those the rings he had?
Those were the 2 magical rings you left with him.
Oh, fuck off!
Don't
Don't do this to me!
Well, unfortunately, Galsori knows nothing of this then.
I know! I do know either way, but still!
Wait. So the petrification ring, the one that got Caelynn stoned, is not there.
The one that Caelynn used to get stoned is not there.
No. I'll be right back.
Well,
Okay, take care.
well, at least that's probably why they managed to get him so easily.
But we don't know if it's them though. I mean.
Oh, come on. Kind of holds up the arrow with the rings on it. It's them.
The fletching...
Caelynn immediately runs into the house.
Keyleth will run out of the living room. What?
Mother, where are you?
Caelynn, what are you doing here?
She runs up and hugs her, hugs her.
Caelynn looks surprised for a few minutes, and then very quickly returns the hug. Caelynn, I wasn't expecting you.
We came on we had a little bit, we just had to get here. Are you okay? Is everything alright?
Yes.
Yeah. Dogs just went nuts.
Yes, I'm
Sorry
fine.
about that.
Oh, take care as well, Jenny. Take care. What happened to the statue in the back garden?
A few weeks after you left it here, a Goliath knocked at the door, saying that he was following some of his old friends, and that
Goliath?
you had a statue. That I had a statue in the back garden of one of them.
Oh, it was Logan.
The
Logan?
the 2 of them rode off together on horseback, taking that other ring with them to destroy it.
Good.
Bless!
Thank
Oh.
God for that.
I'm so glad. That really scared me.
Well, that's why. What did these rings even do?
One made his arm disappear, I think, for a while, and the other made him naked.
So the other one was naked. The other one was arm disappearing. Okay. So puts those in the bag of holding. Writes little labels for them. Army disappearing.
Sean,
Yes.
make an intelligence check.
Oh God. Intelligence. I don't know what that was. 7.
Can I do intelligence?
Yeah, Caelynn, you can also make an intelligence check.
15.
15.
Caelynn, you notice that Fenthwick has labelled them the wrong way round.
You labeled it the wrong way around.
Oh fuck! Just labels them.
Sorry, Caelynn, did you have another question as well?
No. I was gonna ask her for we came on a airship. Well, not so much of an
Not
airship.
anymore.
I need some supplies. We need to fix the airship. We're on some sort of mission that we need to fix it. And
Okay.
also, we're on a tight schedule. One of our members' team has gone missing. He kind of ran away.
Well,
Down for his sake.
that's not good. Your room here is still as you left it, and obviously there's space for your other friends. I don't recognize the dwarf or the half-elf.
Oh, this is Yaghold Bloodheart.
Oh, am I there now?
I
Greetings.
assume you're inside. Oh, you may have followed them inside.
Greetings, madam.
This is Yaghold, and this is Galsori.
Yaghol just
Hi.
like rushes to Caelynn's mum, grabs her hand, gives her a kiss on the hand. How you
Aww.
doing?
Thank
You
you.
right, darling?
Thank you, Master Dwarf.
Sup, Caelynn's mum.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your hospitality in this dire situation that we're in. I'm glad that we have friends.
John, another question I want to ask him.
Yes.
Is he around?
Is who around?
The butler.
No.
But Romet's dad's not there.
He's got the day off.
He's
God
bottled
damn it.
off somewhere.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, I wanted to see Romet's dad.
Keyleth explains that or if you ask about him, she explains that he's got the day off because it is the annual or the festival this day. And
spending time with his one of his daughters.
yes.
Oh.
It is, if I could find the dates. It is the Ploughing and Running Festival.
Ah.
And so rural areas of the city observe this holiday in the traditional sense of shared activities of ploughing the fields and running livestock.
That works in his favour.
And obviously his family lives on the farms. Within the city, it is celebrated by a number of races through the town. With the winners from each of the wards of Waterdeep competing at the Fields of Triumph.
Okay.
So basically there's a number of foot races and chariot races throughout the town, organised over sort of this week. And you can go and cheer on your particular guild or ward, and hopefully, win, or if at the very least, have fun taking part.
Sounds like fun.
Keyleth will also go on to say, the best metal workers I know within town might be able to help you with your airship. I would suggest, if you have the time, checking in with Steam and Steel on Troll Skull Alley.
Got it.
But you should head upstairs and just unpack any gear you have, leave anything here that you might not need, settle in a little bit. I'll get some lunch prepared.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
She's actually gonna go to a certain room.
Okay.
She goes into the library area. Everyone's busy doing something else. She quickly want to go in there again. Is the door
Fenwick is
locked?
jumping on one of the beds.
Because Fenwick always jumps on the beds.
I jumped on the beds last time.
The door is still closed.
Is it locked?
It wouldn't be locked. Most of the people in the house would know to give it a respectable distance, so they don't feel the need to lock it.
Yeah. She goes in there.
There is a thick dust on everything. Obviously, nobody comes in here except for yourself.
Stop.
Yeah. She,
Thor, enough.
She looks around. So where is it? Oh. Is she look around, can you explain to me what the place looks like?
So this is a split level room. There's bookshelves along the two of the three walls. Two of the four walls of the room. Where the fuck did that wall go? Two of the four walls have bookshelves covering them. One of the walls has artwork and maps stuck up on it. The other one has a small fireplace, and there is a mantelpiece above the fire.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a vase on the mantelpiece.
Is it the one?
It is the one.
She
Ooh.
picks it up and look at it.
And it is a handcrafted clay vase with a draconic scale design.
Ooh.
She kind of smiles at it, and it was like a sad smile, and she puts it back down.
You can see there's a ring of dust on the surface that says it's not moved for a while.
She picks up the ring.
No, like the dust on the mantelpiece.
Okay, I thought you meant there was an actual ring.
There is a ring on the dust that says that this has been in place and nobody has moved it.
Okay. She gives it a little bit of a tidy, trying to move the dust away.
Okay.